Private Practice Growth Club. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. So today's Tip Tuesday is all about brand colors. So branding is it's really important to understand that branding is not just about your logo. Branding is your overall perception that you are putting out into the world about who you are, what you stand for, and so forth. But of course, you need to represent your brand and what your brand stands for visually, and that is usually done with visual assets such as your logo, your colors, your website, all of those things. Now, I cannot stress how important it is to be, if there's one thing you do, I mean, even if you don't have a logo and all you have is just your name in a font, if there's one thing that you do, that you invest your time in, is to have a set color palette. And because marketing is very visual these days, especially on social media, that if you have consistent colors, or if you use colors consistently, it's very eye-catching and you can stand out, right? So that's one thing. Now, if you've had a logo done by somebody, then and they've included some kind of a color in there, they should have also provided you with the hex code of the color that they've used. And if they hadn't, please do reach out to them and ask them for that. If you've had a full-on branding package done for you, then they would have provided you with what they call a color palette. And a color palette is essentially a set of colors that go very well together. And so you can use, usually there's one main color. So if your main color is like a shade of, like in Private Practice Growth Club, I've got the orange and the blue and the yellow and the gray, but I mainly use the orange and the yellow as my main hero colors, and the blue and the gray are kind of little accent colors that I use in various other places. But I try to stick with those 4 colors in all my branding on social media. So if you go to the Instagram page for Private Practice Growth Club, you will see that I try to incorporate those colors in all my posts. Now, a lot of you will know about the tool called Canva. Really cool tool. If you don't know about Canva, just go to canva.com. It's an app that you can put on your phone, or you can use it in your browser. And a lot of people are using it for making invitations and for their marketing. They make social media posts. It gives you the correct dimensions for an Instagram post, a Facebook post, your Facebook banners. There's got some really cool images there, templates, everything that you can use. But the one thing that you need to do is choose your fonts and choose your colors. And fonts I will deal with on another Tip Tuesday, but I think for right now, I just want to talk about colors. So you can actually input your colors when you are creating assets and you need to change the color of a text or a border or whatever. You want to use the same colors that are in your brand, in your color palette for your particular brand. But the problem a lot of people have is they don't know what the exact color is, and there's so much variation, slight variation in the shades of the colors, and you want to get it correct. So the 2 tools that I'm going to show you for Tip Tuesday today, one is a tool that if you don't have a set color scheme as yet, how you can actually come up with one, either using an existing logo or picture of your office or anything like that, or if you have no clue, you don't have any kind of colors whatsoever and you just want some ideas, this tool actually helps you generate a color palette, right? And then the next tool is a nifty little free tool that you can add in your Chrome browser extension. Now, I just want to say here, with all my Tip Tuesdays, most of it is going to be specifically for Windows, because I'm not an Apple user, I'm a Windows user, always have been, and so everything I do is around Windows and Windows operating systems. So if you are, if I do know about any particular resources for Apple, I will certainly share them, but I don't, most of the times I'm not aware of what's happening in the world of Apple. So I do apologize for that. But this is a thing that you can use in your Chrome browser, and I think it's available in Firefox as well. And it basically is a place where you can actually capture the colors from an image on a website. So if you're not sure of you like a specific color and you want to know what that is, it can find out that for you. And it's also a place where you can store your colors. So anytime you go to Canva or you do anything on a website and you need your particular brand color, you can easily go and get it from there. Okay, so let me show you the tools that I'm talking about. The first one is a website called Coolors. So it's COOLORS.co. And if you go to that website, it will bring you here and you can create a free account. Okay, and so this is like, if you don't have your colors, there's two different ways that you can actually generate color schemes. One is just to simply press your space bar and it will generate different color schemes. So if I press my space bar, then you will see it will provide different color schemes, right? So the nice thing about this as well is that, say you land on a particular color scheme that you like. Let's say you like this color scheme, but you don't want this exact color scheme. On each of the different palettes, you can actually adjust it. So let's say, so they've given you various tools here. Let's say you want alternative shades. So you can actually choose an alternative shade. Maybe you rather want that shade. Another thing you can do is you can drag the colors over so you can see what it would match with a different color. Like if you wanted to see what two different colors would look like next to each other, to have an idea in terms of like what your specific logo or any kind of other visual asset is that you want to create, or your website or anything like that. You can also adjust like the saturation, you can adjust the brightness, all of that. And then once you are happy with it, you can actually lock that color in. And once that color is locked in, you can now copy this hex code, and then you know that this is one of your brand colors, and you can do that with each of the brand colors. So it's kind of like going into a store and choosing a brand color for your wall. You will have seen that they have these little color palette cards, and this is kind of what you're doing, except this is going to be used for your branding. And then once you have your color palette chosen, you can decide what's going to be kind of your hero color and which are going to be your additional colors for highlights and things like that. Okay, so I mentioned that there was another way. So let's say you have a picture of your office and you want to actually choose a picture from an image. So let's just say, for example, this is a picture of your office. You can drag it in there, and let's pretend this is a picture of your office. And each of these colors that are in here are pictures based on the picture that you've chosen. But perhaps you don't like the color scheme that they've given you for the picture. You can actually press auto and it will give you variations of that. So let's say you go through this and you eventually land on one that you really like. Let's say, what was that first one? I quite like that one. No, I don't like those dark blues. I don't like those bright blues. But you can play around with it and you can see one that you like. Let's just pick one. Okay, so let's say we like this one, right? And then you can actually then go and click on each of these colors, and there you have your hex codes again, and you can copy these and know that this is what you are going to be using. Okay, so now the next one that I want to show you is, let me actually just copy this one so that I can show you how you can actually store your colors. Now you have your brand colors. Now you go to a website called Colorzilla, which is COLORZILLA.com, and you can either download it for Firefox or for Chrome, and you will say install Colorzilla 2.0. I've already got it installed in my browser, and it's over here. It looks like a little dropper like this. So if I click on that, it will open up the extension and it will give you options for either Page Color Picker Active. What this basically means is, say you are on a website and you want like a particular color on that website, and you click on Page Color Active, you'll see this little X here. Basically, every color that you go onto, if you can see in the corner there, it actually shows you the color. So if I go to this, it gives me that exact red color. if I go to this blue, it will give me that exact blue color. And so it will actually show you the color. It will give you the RGB code, which is also another way that a color is defined, either with the RGB, meaning the red, green, and blue shades, or it will give you the exact hex code, which you can then copy, right? So let's say you want this color and you click on it. It will copy the color, to the clipboard. What that means is when I click on here, if I go to color picker, it will show the color that I last copied over there. So that's this color, right? Now, as you can see, I've got other colors here. So this is my color from Private Practice Grow Club. These are my colors that I have already stored in there. So this is a really neat tool for once you have chosen your colors. So let's say we've chosen these colors. I've copied that code, and I can actually, let me go back there. So now I can actually go to color picker active, and I can click on this particular color. Okay, and the color will be copied over there. Okay, it looks slightly different, then you can always just change it. So let's say I want this exact color. I can say, I can copy the color, copy, and I can go into color picker, and then you can actually input here the exact color that you want. So if I put that there, now you can see it's the exact color. Okay, and this color will now automatically be stored here in my color history. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's say we want this color. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to my dropper, to color picker. I'm going to put this in here, and the color is in there, and I've got okay. So now if I go to color picker, I will see that I've got this color and I've got this color, and I can now go and put all the other colors in. So that means that next time when I go to Canva, let's just go to Canva and show you. So that means next time when I go to Canva and I want to create a design, let's say I want to create an, let's say I want to create an Instagram post. Okay. And now I'll choose my design. Internet is really slow today. Okay, let's say I choose this design for my Instagram. I choose a template, a pre-existing template. And now, but I want to change the color scheme to what's appropriate for my colors. So maybe I want to choose this background image. What I can do is I can go to my color dropper, color picker over there, and I want to choose this color. I can copy it. Okay, and I can actually put it in a new color here, and there it's changed. And now I want to change this color to, let's say I want to change this color here to the color of my pink that I chose. I can choose the color there, copy. Okay, and oops, sorry. I want to change the color there into dusty pink, and then change the color, and now, and the same thing here. Doesn't seem I can change that color. Okay, but you get the idea. You can change whatever you want. So if you change this also to the color, and then you'll see your document colors will be there already, and then you have a consistent brand. So that's basically just our little Tip Tuesday to show you how you can actually store your colors in your color picker, and then you can have all your colors stored there, and you'll be able to pick and choose the color you want. And that's it. Let me know if you have any